So, are you a glass half empty or a glass half full kind of person? I'm a firm believer that mindset is of the utmost importance, and not only what we tell ourselves, but also what we put into our mind matters. While it's not easy, and it's definitely a struggle, I try to stay optimistic. When things get rough, I know it's just a season that's gonna pass. My old associates used to ask me all the time, John, how do you keep such a positive attitude? And again, it comes back down to mindset. And honestly, what is being negative about your situation really going to accomplish? How does that help you? Dwelling on the issue is not going to fix the problem. Instead, you need to strategize. But if you're constantly telling yourself, this sucks, I hate this, I want to quit, then you're not going to really get anywhere because you're focused on the negative. And that's not to say your thoughts on the problem aren't valid, but how you approach that problem makes a big difference. And this is especially true for leaders. Your team is going to follow your lead and your response to whatever that current situation is. I'm not saying things won't get hard sometimes, but you're in complete control of how you respond to it. And your team is going to feed off of that. As a leader, you need to lead your team by example and believe that you guys can accomplish the goal that you have set forth. If something isn't going well, strategize and write down the issue and break it into pieces so that you can set out a plan for each and every section. At one of my jobs, I remember a metric we had was customer experience. It was a survey, and basically the metric was, you had to be above a certain number. I think it was 100%. And if you're falling below, I believe 95%, you were failing in that category. And our score would drop over little things like maybe the bathroom wasn't the cleanest at a certain busy part of the day, or somebody dropped shampoo and we didn't get over there to clean it up in time. But you know what? The people taking the survey are the people that were upset. And so you might get about 5 bad surveys a week, but think about it this way. If you have 100 people going through your line each and every day, and the other 95 people aren't making complaints, why wouldn't you ask them to take the survey? And that's exactly what me and my team started doing. We built some rapport, chat them up, make sure they had a pleasant experience, and let them know at the bottom of the receipt there was a survey they could take. And that's a little bit of a tangent, but that's a perfect example of how to solve an issue instead of being like, man, this sucks, we're never going to improve this score, I don't know what we're going to do. Strategize. Think outside the box. When it comes to mindset, there's so many big key factors, but here are some of the ones that have worked in my personal life. Number 1 would be belief. I always believe I can do it, and I have faith that it's going to work out. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things unseen, right? But you can't just believe it and hope things work out for the best. As the scripture says, faith without works is dead. So you got to do everything that you can physically do and then trust God to handle the rest. Belief produces actions and actions produce results. And then I believe in staying calm. Some people work great under pressure. I personally like to stay level-headed, think about the situation, and determine what the best solution is going to be. As I mentioned earlier, what's always helped me is writing it down and breaking it into pieces. When I take this approach, it helps me to game plan, level set, and project the outcome. And nothing's perfect, it doesn't always end in success, but that's not a loss, that's a lesson learned. I also really believe in repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. And so what I mean by that is the more and more you do something, the more comfortable you're going to become with it, and the more success you're going to see with it. Don't have a fixed mindset that, this is all I know, and this is all I'm going to be able to do. You can always learn more. I'm always paying attention to the mindsets of people like Alex Hormozi and Kobe Bryant, where they constantly preach practice, practice, practice. The more you put into reps, it's going to become second nature. You need to feed and train your mind just as much as you do your body. And then also, I know for people it can be difficult, but I tune out the negativity. A lot of people are easily influenced by those that they're hanging around. But if you're constantly around people that are complaining about their situation, or you're sharing your ideas and your dreams and they're not building you up, they're like, you should do something more practical, or you should just go get a job over here. That's never going to work out. There's people with more experience than you. What makes you think you're going to get the job? Cut those people out. Literally just cut those people out. Oftentimes, I don't even tell people what I'm going to do. I game plan and I just do it. I strongly believe you should seek wise counsel, but keep that friend group or whoever you're letting advise you, keep that limited to very select few people. I honestly only listen to the advice of about 3 people in my personal life, but I know at the end of the day, I gotta use my best judgment to make the best decision. And it's great to learn from other people's mistakes, so don't discount their advice, but remember, you gotta choose what you're gonna do. Pray about it and execute. I'm also a firm believer in thinking in abundance. Limiting beliefs hold us back. If you're constantly telling yourself, I can't do this, I don't have enough money, I'm not gonna lose weight, well, you're right. Remember what I said about repetition? It's the same thing here. You are ingraining those thoughts into your subconscious. You're making it a part of your reality. So you gotta change your mindset. How you see yourself and how you project is what other people are going to see too. So challenge yourself. Flip that mindset. Set goals, give yourself target dates, and execute. I can do this. I can make more money if I do this over here. In 6 months, if I stay consistent, I will lose the weight. That's the type of things you need to be telling yourself. I am a firm believer in self-talk. If you've read any of the books up here or you listen to any of the podcasts that I've mentioned in the past, you know that this is what highly focused and motivated people typically do every day, is they talk to themselves about, it's a great day, I woke up, and I am going to get things done. And what they're doing with that self-talk is they're building up in their mind the projection for the rest of the day that they're going to have. I wake up every morning and it is a great day. Why is it a great day? Because I woke up. I'm alive, I'm breathing, I can work, I've got food. It's a great day. I'm not focused on the negative elements that are in my life, I'm thinking about the positive ones. Every morning I wake up, I look in the mirror, and I'm like, it's gonna be a great day. I am going to provide the solution for my company to 8 new clients. We're gonna sign them up, and I'm gonna accomplish every goal that I've set forth. And another thing, some people do this every day. I do this maybe twice a week, but I write down things that I'm thankful for, and I also write down things to come, but I write it as if it's already done. This comes right back around to faith, or as people in the business world call it, manifestation. It's been proven that when you write down your goals, your dreams, your visions, you're more likely to achieve them. From the time I was a kid, and I didn't know how this was going to happen, but from the time I was a kid, I always wanted to visit Italy. Being from Buffalo, New York, Italian culture's always been a big influence. We had Bocce's and Leonardi's Pizza and Salvatore's. We were mentioned in The Godfather, so Italian culture was always a big thing. And it was always my dream to visit Italy one day. And then in 2018, my friend was like, John, we're planning a trip to Europe. Do you want to come with us? And there it was, just like that. I had my opportunity to go to Italy. And it was a bonus too, because not only did we hit Italy, but we also went to Paris and Spain. Another instance, and yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd, but ever since I was 10 years old, I wanted to go to San Diego Comic-Con. And I didn't know how I was going to get there. I'm a little kid living in New York, but it was my dream to attend the convention. Many years later, lo and behold, it's 2007. My family moves to Tucson, Arizona, of all places. And I meet this guy. And he's like, yeah, man, I go to Comic-Con every year with my friends. He's like, would you like to go? And in 2010, I went to my first Comic-Con. It was a great time. I've gone 9 times since. Now think about it. I'm halfway across I'm not even halfway. I'm all the way across the United States in Buffalo, New York. I'm a little kid with a dream of going to someplace all the way across the country in California. Had no idea how it was going to happen. Just like that, it happens. You're going to attract what you think about. So you might as well keep it positive. But be careful. If you don't seize the opportunity, you just might miss it. And adding a vision board to the mix helps you visualize it as well. Everybody knows who Destiny's Child is, and I like to sometimes tune into Michelle's podcast. She talks about having a vision environment. So all around Michelle's house, she has pictures of things up on her wall, of things that she hopes to accomplish in her lifetime. She talks about having pictures posted on her bathroom mirror, on the background of her iPad, and I do this too. On the back of my phone, well, not on the back of my phone, but the background on my phone is something that I hope to accomplish. So every time I unlock my phone, I'm looking at it and I'm making it a reality in my mind as if it's already done. So when you find yourself being pessimistic, toss that mindset out the window. Write it, speak it, see it, believe it. Our mom instilled this stuff in us when we were young. In these pictures here, I'm probably like between 12 and 14. But, you know, she had us in conferences with Les Brown and Miles Monroe and Tony Robbins. So if you have children and you're able to really instill this type of thinking into them young, it's really going to pay off if they really grasp it as they get older. I've had this positive and optimistic mindset for a very long time, and it's really helped me get far and accomplish my goals in life. If you're really looking to grow your mind even more, check out these podcasts. I listen to them every week and they really help. I'll see you on the next one.